What we want to do today is to take a look at one of the latest IELTS writing questions in Task 2 to see what a structure is used in order for you to learn it and get the same score. Hey guys, Mernush here from Ross IELTS Academy. As you might know, IELTS writing is one of the skills that many candidates struggle with. The thing is that you try and get a 6 in the end, and you always wonder why. But is it impossible to get a higher score in this skill? The answer is no. One thing that many candidates are not aware of is that as there are different question types in Task 1 and 2 of IELTS writing, you should follow a different paragraph structure in each, which is the key to a high score. What we want to do today is to take a look at one in Task 2 and analyze this structure on a very good sample. But before that, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And if you want to boost your score in IELTS writing, you can go to our website and use our writing course. You can go to www.rossielts.com. Now, if you're ready, we can get started. So here's the question statement. Nowadays, many countries have very cosmopolitan cities with people from all over the world. As you see, this is the question statement. And what we should do is to read it carefully and highlight the keywords. Now, the next part would be the question that we are asked about this question statement, which says, how can the government ensure that all these people can live together harmoniously? Here we are asked a question about the given question statement. By reading it, we can realize that the question type we are dealing with here is a direct question. And here is the paragraph structure that we should follow. First of all, we have the introduction paragraph, then body paragraph 1, body paragraph 2, and finally the conclusion paragraph. Now let's write our essay based on this structure. Here we go with the introduction paragraph. In today's cosmopolitan world, in many major cities or countries, there are a lot of immigrants. As people travel more now than they ever did in the past, and populations have had to adapt to this transitional lifestyle much more quickly than in the past, the government can do a number of things to support this, such as offering the proper education at schools, besides free language courses for the immigrants. So, in the very first sentence of the paragraph, we have paraphrased the question statement using direct synonyms. In the following sentences, we have given the answer to the question, mentioning the ways the government can ensure that these people can live together harmoniously. You should at least mention 2, because we want to get into detail of each in a separate paragraph. However, we did not get into any detail in this paragraph, as this was the introduction paragraph, and details go in the next paragraphs, body paragraph 1 and body paragraph 2. Now, let's write the first body paragraph together. Firstly, all governments should insist that schools teach history and culture from more than one country, not just the home nation. This is because by learning how others have lived, we gain insight into alternative cultures and ways of life, which makes us more accepting when we meet people from those countries. Clearly, we don't have time to learn about the history of every country in the world, but understanding at least one other culture opens our minds and makes us more tolerant. For example, since the Australian schools have included the world cultures in their curriculum, aggression among students from different cultures have considerably decreased. So here in the first body paragraph, we have gotten into detail of the first way the government can ensure that all these people can live together harmoniously. So, in the very first sentence of the paragraph, which is the topic sentence, we have clearly mentioned it. And then in the following sentences, we have given some explanation, and finally, an example using the appropriate expressions to show each. And now, the next paragraph. In addition, when immigrants choose to settle in a country, the host government should offer free language and culture lessons. This is due to the fact that it is impossible for new arrivals to integrate if they do not understand the language and habits of their new home. Plus, it is important for immigrants to learn the culture of the place they have chosen to settle, since by acquiring the language and knowledge about the culture, they will be able to integrate more easily and comfortably without necessarily losing their own identity. For instance, because of the language courses that have been being offered for free in Bielefeld University in Germany, the international students have claimed that they feel a stronger sense of self as they can interact a lot easier with their classmates and the German society. Here in the second body paragraph, we have zoomed in on the second way the government can ensure that all these people can live together harmoniously. So, in the first sentence of the paragraph, which is the topic sentence, we have mentioned it, and then in the next sentences, we have given some explanation and an example using some expressions to show that, for example, this one is the explanation or the next one is the example. And finally, the conclusion paragraph. In conclusion, understanding others is the key to harmonious living, but proper education and free services for the immigrants should also be in place to protect people from those who can't behave responsibly. Eventually, in the conclusion paragraph, we have concluded all the mentioned details throughout the essay, paraphrasing what we had already mentioned in the introduction paragraph. Very well, guys. In this video, we took a look at writing in the second task of IELTS exam and learned in details how we should write it in order to get our desired result. You can also write your own writing, send it to our examiners, and get a comprehensive feedback on the writing that you have written. Besides, you can get to know the score you get in each criteria and your overall band score. You can take a look at the link we have put in the video description. Stay tuned for the next videos and see you very soon.
In this course, you will have a series of educational videos in which you will learn each and every tip you will need in specific details for both general and academic modules.
Next question type is double question or
Attached to each video, you will have the PDF files for each question type, including the paragraph structure, the expressions, and the techniques you can apply, which have all been taught in the videos. To make sure that you learn everything properly, in each video we will write an essay, a letter, or a report by using the tips that you have learned. Moreover, something to help you in this section is the different question samples we have put for you to write your own writing about. This isn't everything. We strongly recommend you to use our writing correction services as well, so that our examiner can give you a written and video feedback and make sure you're ready for the real test. Join us to become our next successful candidate.